The sky lingered in an unsettling twilight, the clouds sitting heavy and unmoving above Briar's Hollow. Lily, Evan, and their parents ran as fast as they could down the dirt road, the forest thickening around them like it wanted to pull them back. Water slithered behind them on the ground, thin at first, then thickening into a crawling stream that twisted like it had purpose. The whisper in Lily's mind refused to fade. "You belong to the water now. Come back. Come home." "No," Lily hissed through her teeth as she ran. "I'm not yours." "Lily, stay with us," her mother shouted, grabbing her hand. The road ahead forked again, one path leading toward the highway, the other winding back toward the lake in a wide arc. And the lake wanted them to choose the wrong one. Wind roared suddenly, bending trees in the wrong direction, toward the lake. Branches whipped and cracked, blocking visibility. Lily's father shielded them as bark sprayed like shrapnel. And beneath the roar came a slithering, dragging, sucking sound. Water, climbing the slope behind them. The lake was rising. They pushed forward, lungs burning. Dad's flashlight flickered. Evan's shoes, still damp from whatever had taken them, squished with every step. The forest grew darker, the trees taller, their trunks smooth and pale as bones. Something wasn't right. This wasn't the same road they had walked in on. "There weren't this many birch trees yesterday," Mom said, breathless. "There weren't any," Evan added. The road felt wrong beneath their feet, spongier, wetter. Lily's sneakers sunk half an inch into the mud. A cold realization slithered into her mind. "The lake's changing the woods," Lily whispered. "It doesn't want us to leave." Dad turned. "Don't say that." But she was right. The trees were rearranging, closing in. The path narrowed until it was no longer a road, but a dirt tunnel of branches. The water behind them surged faster, licking at their heels. Something splashed within it. Something big. Mom screamed, "Go! Keep going!" They burst through the last row of trees and skidded to a stop. The dirt road ended. Not in a forest clearing, not at a highway, but at the lake. Its smooth, dark surface lay inches from their toes, impossibly close, as if it had moved miles in minutes. Evan stumbled backward. No, wait, this wasn't here." Lily felt the whisper again, quieter now, coaxing. "You're close. Just step in." Her vision blurred, the water shimmered. Mom grabbed her shoulders, shaking her. "Don't look at it. Lily, look at me." The spell loosened, the surface of the lake rippled, and something rose beneath it. A large dark shape, then 2, then 5. The creatures from the shoreline were back, and closer. They turned and ran the only direction left, back into the forest, away from both the road and the lake's edge. But the forest moved around them. Roots coiled underfoot, branches snagged their clothes, shadows deepened, swallowing patches of ground. Every 50 feet, it felt like the world warped slightly, bending inward like a closing fist. Evan panted, "We're trapped! We're freaking trapped!" "Just keep moving," Dad barked. Then Lily heard something beneath the noise of running. A second set of footsteps. Then a third, and a fourth. She turned her head. Shapes moved between the trees, tall, thin, gliding instead of walking, like shadows slipping across water. The lake's creatures, watching, following, stalking. One shape bent in half, its torso folding at an unnatural angle as its head hovered close to the ground. Its blank gray face turned toward Lily. Its mouth opened. Water dripped from it. Thick, black, slow. Lily screamed. Its mouth stretched wider until its jaw split unnaturally down the middle, gaping open like a cracked mask. And it whispered, the same whisper she heard from the willow tree. "Lily." "Run," she cried. They crashed through the trees, branches tearing at their arms until they stumbled onto a narrow ledge of rock, overlooking the lake again, miles from where they had been. The geography made no sense. The lake had folded the woods, rearranging the land like puzzle pieces. "We can't outrun it," Lily gasped, trembling. "We're not giving up," Dad said fiercely, though terror shone in his eyes. But the lake didn't want around. It wanted them in. The water below surged upwards, defying gravity, forming a column that reached toward the cliff. "Oh my God," Mom whispered. Dark shapes swam within the column. Hands clawed out of the water, long fingers, too many joints, grabbing at the rock ledge. "Back," Dad yelled, but there was nowhere to go. Behind them was forest that bent like a maze. Below them was a lake that defied the laws of the world. Lily felt something, strange, pulling, coming from behind her. Not the lake, not the creatures, something else, something familiar. She turned her head and gasped. The cabin. It stood in the forest behind them, dim and flickering like a mirage. Its windows glowed faintly. "That's impossible," Evan said. "It's drawing us back," Mom cried. But Dad shook his head. "No, it wants us to think that. It's not real." Lily wasn't so sure. The cabin wasn't threatening. It looked warm, safe, inviting. The lake's whisper slithered through her mind. "Come home. We've made a place for you." Mom grabbed Lily's hand. "Don't look at it. Keep your eyes on us." But the cabin shifted. Its front door creaked open, and inside Lily saw not furniture, not walls, not rooms, but water. Deep, endless black water. A submerged world. Her legs wobbled. Her mind swayed. Dad shook her shoulder violently. "Stay with me, Lily." The cabin vanished like smoke, and the ledge beneath them cracked. The rock split with a deafening roar. Evan grabbed Lily as the ground gave way beneath them. Dad wrapped his arms around Mom as they fell. Straight into the lake. Cold, darkness, silence. Lily plunged deep, deeper than she should have. The water seemed bottomless. Her lungs burned as she kicked upward, but her body moved slower than it should, like the lake resisted. Shapes swam around her, dark silhouettes drifting like drowned bodies moving with purpose. Her chest convulsed. She needed air, now. A hand grabbed her ankle, thin fingers coiled around her skin, pulling her down. She kicked, thrashing. The hand didn't release. Her scream drowned as bubbles escaped her mouth. The lake whispered in her skull, louder than ever. "Stop fighting. You were meant for us. We are old, older than the forest, older than the stones, older than breath. Come below. Become still." Another hand grabbed her wrist, then another gripped her shoulder. They weren't harming her, they were holding her still, like they wanted to cradle her. Her vision blurred, sparkles danced at the edges. She was drowning, she was dying, A shape plummeted through the water above her. Evan! He slammed into the shadows, clawing at the hands around her, ripping her free. He wrapped an arm around her waist and kicked, fighting toward the faint shimmer of light at the surface. But the lake resisted. Every kick felt heavier, every movement slowed. The surface seemed farther away with each second, not closer. Lily tried to help, but her limbs felt numb. Something huge moved beneath them, a massive, slow, swirling shadow, deeper and older than the figures. Its presence smothered her thoughts. The lake had a heart, and it was waking. Evan sank underwater as the shadow moved upward, its size growing, its form shifting. A face emerged in the blue-black dark, massive, featureless, ancient. Eyes like hollow wells stared into Lily's soul. Her heartbeat stopped. The lake spoke, not as a whisper, but as a roar inside her skull. The shadow surged. Evan screamed sightless, and the world exploded. Light blinded her. Not daylight, flashlight.
Lily fell forward on wet sand, coughing violently as lake water gushed from her lungs. Mom sobbed in relief. "Take a breath, baby. Breathe." Lily inhaled sharp, ragged air. They were on the shoreline. How? The forest behind them was silent. The lake was still again, unnaturally still, as if nothing had ever broken its surface. Dad knelt beside Lily and Evan, shaking. "I saw something pull you both up. I couldn't reach you. It was like the lake was trying to keep you." "It was," Lily whispered. Her voice trembled. Mom wrapped them both in her arms. Something moved at the edge of Lily's sight. A figure, tall and thin, standing ankle-deep in the lake water. It didn't advance. It didn't retreat. It just watched. And it had only started calling.
Thank you for listening. Make sure to smash that like button or go to our YouTube channel to hear the complete story at Storytellers Drive-Thru.